Hey everyone, it's Fox from ModelMakingGuru.com here, and welcome back to part 248 of our build of the Perfect Grade Zaku 2. Now, if you remember in the... wait a minute. This isn't my channel. What the... This isn't my... Who are you guys? Where am I? Help. I don't like this. I don't like this. No, I don't. I'm just... Mom!
Oh, he's a handsome looking lad, isn't he? He is. He's a handsome looking lad. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Right. So we've got the pastel-y chalky things. Chalky pastel. There you go. Hair chalk. Hair chalk. Right. Pick that up for a couple of quid off eBay. Or you can go to a proper artist shop and get the exact same thing that says artist chalk pastels for a lot more money. So yeah, I got the eBay version, and they do the exact same thing as you've seen through all the Y-wing build and the later stages of the Yami High build, and as you're about to see now, it does the exact same stuff. And this is the exact same stuff as Tamiya weathering powders. Only this is in stick form. Tamiya weathering powders, they've already shaved it for you. So pays your money, you takes choice. Me, I'm on a budget. I've got these things for a couple of quid. And I don't know what to do without them now. I really don't. Right, so I don't need that knife. I need this knife here. That knife there. And I'm going to make a really rough and ready mix of brownie. Let's say that one. So I wouldn't even know what colour to call that, to be honest. So as you can see, literally just shaving some away. Let's get some of that orange on. Yeah, why not? Let's get some orange. Ooh, that's nice. It's a bit rusty. Let's get some of that one. What's this? It's nice and rustic. Nice and rustic. I'm just going to mix it all together with the brush I keep to one side specifically for this. Nice and rusty. And we're doing this over a matte finish. Oops. I'm going to fight my lighting, bear with me. Oh, do you know, I'm wearing that joke something thin now. Stay. Good boy. Right, I'll zoom in. Okie doke. Let's move the chalks. Give yourself a little bit of room. A bit of room off the side, just here. Don't fall over. There's a good chap. Right. So just knock some of that dust off, and then just on his feet and around the ankles, just to give that impression that we've been for a walk, we've had a bimble. Pull the excess away. Just get it around the pant bottoms. Get around the shoes. Yeah, get it in there. Don't be shy. Whack it on. Right, just toss it aside again. Just have a good old mix around. Also it back off again, and yeah, get it in. Get it on. Don't faff. Let's get on there. Just grub him up. Get a tiny bit around his knees as well. Possibly a bit too much, but never mind, we can work with that. Big cloud of dust just going at me. Get it on there. Let's get some of the upper legs as well. Right, so look around, quick skim. So it's possibly a little bit too much on the back there, so just going to dry the brush on my trouser leg. In real life, there we go, just knock some of it away again. There we go. Just blends in a little bit more. And again, quick wipe on my trousers with the brush just to knock it back. Let's give it a little whacking. So we've now got that lovely, I do like that, lovely blended effect of, you know, he's been trudging through some muck and rubbish and God knows what else. Let's get some up there a little bit. And then not so much on the upper parts. Just blend it in a bit. It just stops him looking bland then. Yeah, it's not just grey. There's a bit of colour in there, there's a bit of depth. There's a bit of wear and tear. I'll get some on the chest as well. Why not? Just to tie it all in. He's had a bit of stick. It's been a rough day. It really is that simple. And again, there's nothing hugely scientific about all this, it's literally just whack it on. As you can see, I'm not being gentle. Let's get it on there, don't mess. Ooh, that's nice. Just turn it all back a little bit. And then when you get to this point now that I'm at, and you're thinking, right, do I need to do any more? Stop. Because at that point, no you don't. Done. Happy with that? Right, so just going to give that a few minutes while I get myself set off camera, run outside, and then give that just one final coat of matte varnish just to seal it all in, stop it wearing away as I'm handling him. I shall be back in a moment. Oh, he's got his matte varnish on. He's got his matte varnish on and he's looking absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Right, where have I put them? I literally had the instructions for him a second ago and I put them down and gone. I'm going home. Ha! Found them. Thought I need legs. Legs A23 times 2 on the left leg, so that's A23 there. You know, I tell people off for doing this, just snapping them off the frame like that, but to be honest, the gates on these Bandai kits are that good you can actually do this. Wouldn't recommend it, but I am a professionally trained idiot. Who said yes? No, come here. I'm grabbing the tweezers. Now, if this goes pinging off at the other side of the room, don't laugh. Oops. too big. Oh, stop your nonsense. Wrestling shot. My word, that's a snug fit. There we go. Click. So there's one. I'm about to do the same again with the stripping the paint back a little bit. It says that one goes in straight away, no problem whatsoever. And I think on the right leg is the little one to the top. Yep, little one to the top. So I'll take care of the big one first. No, I won't do the small one. Small one first, so we don't have the fight around the big one. Get in. My God, that's fiddly. It's possible as well that this might be a little bit easier if you do this before you put the knee pad on. But I'm worried that if I put the knee pad back on after doing this, that'll break something. Because I know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. You've watched these videos often enough. There we go. That was simple enough. Magic. Where's his hands? You need hands. Stop it. There's one hand. There's the holding hand. What else do I need? Need his head. His head's missing. His head's missing. Oop. There's his head. Nope, I'm going to make you wait again. Ta-da! Right then, conspicuous by its absence is the cape, which I'm going to paint in that funny panzer brownie type colour thing that we've used for the seats on the Y-Wing. If you cast your mind back to that one. I'm in two minds. Do I brush paint this or do I airbrush this? Airbrush it. We'll airbrush it. It's fine. It's literally a couple of drops of this stuff. It shouldn't need a great deal. It's not that pressure build up. I'm going to use this as a base. I'll sit here determined not to go, how low can you go? Damn it. So no pre-shading or anything like that. Should have enough pressure there now. Test the flow first. Just going to build a couple of really quick light layers. I actually quite like it mottled like that. I do. That'll help with weathering, that will. Right, so we'll leave it like that, all nicely mottled. That's fine. You can probably see there, we've still got some of the grey showing through in the valley of this fold. Hopefully you can see that. That's fine, we're going to use that. we'll use that to our advantage. Right, so we're going to leave that for what, half an hour to dry off, especially that wet bit underneath. I'll come back and have a play with that. So, if you saw me during the Y-Wing build, we've just finished doing this. It's the only thing, I've still zoomed in and everything. So I'm just going to pull you back out a little bit. And if you're following the T800 builds on the E-Models channel, I've just finished doing the clay wash on that fella. Yep, I know. So it gives you an idea of, I think I've said this in one of the earlier episodes for this, to be honest. I think I've said, yeah. Words don't come easy. I've done that gag before somewhere as well. Anyway, what was I saying? It just gives you an idea of what the production line's like. Right. German ochre. Starship fell to the floor. Watch 70 of you leg it for my Starship filth. I can see you. I can see you. Right. German 3-tone fading from the German armour set, I think it was. Ooh, that's a bit yellow. Ooh, that was a bit yellow. I'll do for that. Might have to blend some of those together. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Let's get some crinkly plastic. He says looking for the crinkly plastic. You'll do. Come here, you. Lovely. Right. Let's get me dry brushing brush. Dry brushing brush would be you. And then we're going to get a squish of the German ochre. Oh, trust me. Trust me. Oh, that looks like I've had an accident. That's not very nice at all. That's not very pleasant. And then we'll get that 2-tone fading, which looks a bit to be honest. Ooh, that's a bit oily. Right, we'll come back with that. That's not a problem. Like so. Need a bit of cardboard or something along those lines. You'll do. Come here, you. Right. So basically what we're going to do now is these little grooves here, where we've still got the primer showing. I'll squish like that, and then on the card that we just picked up to the side, just work some in like that. And then get right into them crooks and nannies. Tell you what, let's go straight on. Ignore the card. I was talking out my bottom. Right, let's come in a bit. It's a bit too shiny, so I'll shift the rest of that under there. Can we still see that? There we go. I'm just going to go straight into that corner there. And just keep working it around that crevice. And it will blend. At first, and this is where the card comes in, you know, you can wipe it off from the card. At first you look at it and you go, oh my god, I've ruined that. Don't worry. Honestly, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. That's quite a close colour, to be honest. That was a good guess, that. So again, just work it into that crevice. Just work it around. This is on the card. That's alright, look, we like that. Just blend some of that bottom corner there. There's something rotten in the corner there and it's really, really annoying me. And we'll do the same on the inside of the cloak. So we'll concentrate on the valley itself. I'm hoping I was in shot for that. Last part. So concentrate on that valley there. And that valley in there. Take the crocodile clip off, that's annoying me. And that valley in there. And the same thing, just blend it, just work on it. Okay, how many just yawned? That's a little bit warmer. We like that. We do like that. Downside of doing this, of course, we're using neat oil paint, so that's going to take a few days to dry off. Alright, it's going to take some of that yellow fading. And then just a quick mix. Sort of lighting out. See if that helps. Right, hopefully you can make that out. So we just made a slightly lighter colour. And basically what we're going to do now is we're going to dry brush over the tops of these peaks. And again, it won't look like much straight away, but we don't want a harsh highlight. We don't have, we're not after a tabletop gaming effect. We just have that nice subtle blend. Trick the eyes into thinking there's something there when it's not. Flick over. The underside doesn't really matter too much because that'll be in shadow anyway naturally, but we know it's there, so we might as well just give it a little bit of a kick. And it makes yourself a colour that looks kind of right. Just shift the shine out of the way, and hopefully you can see the fading effect I've got through the colours just there, hopefully. Take some of that away, and then again just very gently come across the top, and again it looks knotty when you're doing it, but the more you work it the better it goes on. Now, hopefully you can see there's the huge contrasts. That's a better example of it. Again, just keep working the paint away from the brush and then sort your blending out. You can get yourself to a point where you've got a really extreme highlight, or you can really blend it away. I like that. I do like that. That looks quite leathery. Right, so we'll leave that now for a few days, let it dry off and do its thing. We'll stick some matte varnish over the top of that, I think. Right, the other idea I've got for the cape is, I see guys using rags and stuff like that, and what else have I seen? I've seen papier-mâché and tissue paper and all kinds of weird and wonderful things. If you cast your mind back, hopefully you did see the Yamaha build. We use this stuff, which is like this really weird bandagey type stuff that's from a free first aid kit that you get with the car when you buy a new car and whatever. I sprayed that. I'll try again. Sprayed a metallic paint through that to give us a carbon fibre effect on the Yamaha. Hopefully you've just seen a picture of that. I'm kind of thinking crepe bandage, bog standard bandages that you get in first aid kits. The kind of stuff they whack on your wrist when you fall over and hurt yourself. Right, I'm looking for. You'll do. A bit of kitchen roll just to protect my surface. I'm thinking it's a little bit over big for the cape itself. And if I bring the other one in that's full of oil paint, it's huge. I know. We can trim it down afterwards, but I need it that big so I can actually spray paint onto it and it is huge. Notes as well, yeah, the glorious look what I've made. You know, very slappy backy, self-effacing. No, it's not self-effacing at all, is it? Self-effacing, taking the mickey out of yourself. So congratulating, slappy backy. You know what I mean. Stop giggling. So, that really weird browny colour, I think. Green brown, or was it tank brown that I used? I can't remember now. That's khaki brown. Oh, I don't know. We'll use that. Use that one. It's there. You'll have your own ideas of what paint you should be using, hopefully. Oh, it's growing cold there on my leg. That was nice. So, oh, hello. Why you go hiss? I don't like that. Why'd you go hiss? I've got a leak in my valve somewhere. Right. So, and this is the other reason I want it over big as well, so I can actually hold on to it, stop it blowing away. So we're just literally going to absolutely smother the bugger in paint. Stay still. Stay still. We're on TV, darling. Stop it. There we go. That's better. Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect. Get it mottled. Get that to the effect we're after. Still plenty. Right, so that's empty. Now, without cleaning the cup, I'm going to be very naughty. I'm going to add some really dark brown as well. So it's literally, yeah, it's just a few spots. Tiny. Where's that lid gone? That lid rolled off somewhere. Made a bed for freedom. It legged it. There it is. It's alright, I found it. Panic over. So we're going to add. Once it starts going through, splotches. Little camouflagey things. It's fine. A little bit of leopard skin. Why not? Dry thereabouts. Right. Just leave that out to dry. Shush. Right, now for the fun part. It's now November. I haven't touched these things for quite a while. I've just done the introduction to episode 6, I think, where I did a quick recap of where we were, and I've got a hazy memory of doing these. I've not actually watched the clips back yet. I do know that I did some oil paint on this, but I genuinely can't remember the shade I used. But we did some shadows and highlights in there, so hopefully you can make out the original base coat in that centre groove there. Where's my pointy thing? I need a pointy thing, that'll do. So we've got the original base coat here, and then the oil paint in there, so it's just a little bit of definition. You should hopefully see that properly when I get the matte varnish onto it, which I'll do in a moment, because it's a bit too shiny, you can't really tell. But I do remember that's the last thing I did, was the oil paints on there. So that should be ready. That should be dry now. Bloody hell, I did that. That was in July. It's now November. So yeah, that oil paint should be dry. We've got the hazy memory as well of. Let's bring Boba back in. Doing that kind of effect, just to see what it looks like. Now, having thought about this last night, because I was like, yeah, come on, you've got to crack on with these videos again now. I was actually thinking of the poncho that I've seen him wearing in a few photographs here and there. A few bits of fan art and what have you. That's not quite big enough for the poncho. But what it should be big enough for, it's gone a bit stiff with all the paint on it, so just give it a quick bunch up and around. Hopefully not too much paint came off. Ooh, that's a nice effect. You see how the paint started rubbing away? Just give it a little bit more warm feel to it. Yeah, nice, I like that. It's nice. Right, so it should have. Whip his bonds off. Go on, bonds, off you go. Whip off the backpack as well. Something went crack then, I didn't like that. I felt something go crack. Come on. Come on. I love how it works. You know, the poly caps inside. Lets it swivel a little bit, I like that. Oh, it's alright, it's just the braids. I can feel the braids. That's what it was. Bloody hell, that's in there. Right, don't look. There we go. It's okay. A little bit more battle damage. That's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. It's supposed to be chipped. And then if we take, you'll do. Still one of these Q-tip things. Oh, hello, emails. Hopefully that's. Oh, it's there or thereabouts. That'll do. And you should push that in. Now obviously when you do yours you're going to take a little bit more care than I'm doing. Once you start putting that in there, that's a bit too big. Ooh, you'll do. You're a wooden one. So it's basically, hopefully you can see that. Because I'm actually appearing on my camera instead of using my lens. Not my lens, my viewfinder. See, it's been that long since I last did any filming. I've forgotten what the bits of my camera's called. Like I say, obviously you're going to take a little bit more care doing that. Well, that's roughly the idea I was thinking of, which, yeah, now I've seen it, it looks a little bit crap, if we're honest. So, tell you what, let's see if we can do a poncho. That looks terrible as well. Can we do it that way? Yeah, that looks terrible. So, you get the idea. You know, that's just a rough and ready version. Oh wow. Oh wow, so what, it's now, oh Jesus, no, it's Friday the 13th of January. Friday the 13th? Bloody hell. How's it got to the middle of January already? It's crackers. Right, last time I sat at this table was before Christmas. And I had a little bit of a rant and a rave. In work, it was like that with somebody. And I came home and I built that in an afternoon. Just to calm me down. And yeah, I've not touched it since. That was the, what, middle of December? That was a month ago. Bloody Nora. Drink my coffee that's going cold. Right, let's have a little bit of a... I don't even know where I'm up to here with anything. Crackers. Right, let's crack on with Boba's thingy, doodah, that I started working on in whenever the bloody hell it was. Right, where's that one gone? Dark rust. Dark rust. Dark rust. Beautiful colour. I'm just going to have a quick play with this now, just to see if we can darken that shadow in there a little bit. Yep, I know, it's going to be horribly dark, but that's fine. Just going to get some off cut there. Take most of that back off. So it's literally going to be right in that corner there. And then use your finger to move away any excess. If you can't quite get in there, get a cotton bud. And just in that groove there. Just to darken that area a little bit. And the same in that one. Just darken it down a little bit. Like so. Oops. Grab a cotton bud. I've got the left. There we go. That's right. Oh. And just move the excess away completely. like so. So it's just added that little bit of depth. Looks a lot darker on camera than it is in real life as well. That's quite odd. So that's freaking me out a little bit. I don't know if it's the screen I'm working with or not. It does look a lot darker on that little screen. So we'll just fade that in there like so. Just remove it from the upper surface there. So it just adds that little bit of depth. Gives me that bit. There you go. That's better. And then what's working here is the translucency of oil paint. Just to let the base coat show through as well. Liking that. Now do be careful, I'm using my bare fingers here. Do be careful not to put your finger into it, otherwise you'll leave fingerprints. There we go, that's better. Let me just blend that now. And that was oil paint over acrylic. The acrylic has to be dry though. Let's see if I can get some in those little crooks and nannies as well. Let's say take most of it back off. As you can see, I'm not being careful. I'm getting it everywhere. As long as it goes into that crevice, that's the main thing. I can hear all kinds of giggling, Langy. Stop your nonsense, love. There we go. Right, so that's that. This is the best bit of oil paints as well. That beautiful blendability. Bags of working time. Superb stuff. Alrighty. I'm happy with that. So we've got depth there that isn't there. Liking that. Liking that a lot. And it's that quick and easy. Loving that. Right. Downside is at least 4 days to dry that now. But that's fine. Yeah, upbeat. Alright, Monday morning, well, mid-morning, not quite lunchtime. Let's get that lighting sorted out. I've just done a quick coat of matte varnish on there, there we go. So it's knocked the shininess of the oil paint back a little bit. Beautifully subtle. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Right, so let's whack that in. We can call him done. Lovely. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, let's take some photos and then we can call that done. Nice. Okay, right, so thank you all so very, very much for your patience and standing by me and bearing with and all that kind of nonsense. It genuinely does mean the world to guys like us who do these videos. It really, really does. Oh, yeah, play, stop it. Alright, so what should have been no more than 2 weeks work has taken the best part of 7 years or something along those lines. There you go, it's done. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm having all kinds of problems with my lighting as per usual. Lovely. Thank thank you all so very much for stopping by. I genuinely don't know when I'll be back because work has been a bummer again. But thank you for standing by, doing your thing and keeping with me and things like that, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Take care, guys.